we are here with Roselle Manufacturing Sprayer Company. They're doing a drone demonstration on aquatic weed management. And the reason why we're doing this is because many farmers and ranchers in the county have problems with aquatic weeds. An issue that comes up is the water quality. And so when your water quality is low, that's when you're gonna have weeds, just like when you have weeds in your hay fields and whatnot. As you can see, this drone, it goes out and sprays hay fields, and it also goes out and sprays ponds. The drone is better used for places that tractors or backpack sprayers will not be able to go in. So the drone, it could get in places that you typically couldn't. So I don't have a boat here down at this property. So it works perfectly because some of these weeds, I can't get to them on the bank. So this drone works perfectly.
The goal of this result demonstration was a herbicide comparison and the amount of vegetation that was still left on the pond after the initial application. Special thanks to Roselle Manufacturing Sprayer for allowing us to use their chemicals, and they actually came out and did the application spraying with their drone sprayer. At the first ranch, the TNG ranch, we used 2,4-D and glyphosate. Now the weeds we went after were bulrush, water primrose, and smartweed. What we used was 3 gallons of water. We put it in the drone sprayer, 42 ounces, a third of a gallon of glyphosate, and 20 ounces of 2,4-D. 2,4-D helps eradicate broadleaf plants. And so there was a 100% kill rate. So let's start with the third of an acre pond. And we were mostly going after water primrose. The water primrose covered up about 95% of the pond. We used only glyphosate and a water surfactant application on that pond. After the application was sprayed, about 30 days later, I called the landowner to see how good the application was going. And he said it had already started growing that back. The water primrose had already started to green back up. After I went and assessed the 60-day interval, about 90% of that pond was still covered in water primrose. It would be safe for me to say that the 2,4-D would have helped with the water primrose. The next pond, which was an acre, and its pH was about 6.0. 40% of vegetation was on the pond. Now, a little different with that pond, we also went after bulrush and we also went after smartweed. Similar to the one that we sprayed earlier at the Lazy Bee Ranch, we did not use any 2,4-D product. We just used glyphosate. But at this rate, we used 5 gallons of water and 1 gallon of glyphosate. At the conclusion of that, only about 20% of that 40% was actually killed. At the 30-day mark, the landowner did tell me that some of the vegetation did start growing back. And by the time I got there at the 60-day mark, about 20% of that had died. That was actually eradicated. And so with that being said, I think it's safe to say again that we needed a 2,4-D product to help eradicate some of those weeds that were in this pond as well.